We all want validation from somewhere, something, or someone at a certain point in time. We all want validation from somewhere, something, or someone at some point in time. Let me speak for myself when I say that my journey of making music has always been getting approval or validation from someone to prove that I'm worthy, to prove that my music is good. All that's saying to me is that I didn't believe in myself. I had to hear it from somebody else to say to myself, yeah, it's good. When all the while, I should have believed in myself in the first place, and I didn't. But that was a part of my journey. I had to really go through life and all the processes that transpired. I had to learn how to be creative. I had to learn how to study the game and be okay with failures. I had to learn how to be content with where I'm at, and also learn to appreciate everything that happened in my life, the traumatic experiences, the ups and downs, the good and bad, the going through life and just really looking at music as a form of expression and going beyond just the music and entertainment and the industry, and just having some self-reflection on why I'm doing what I'm doing in the first place. I've always treated the music serious. I always treated it as a part of my lifeline, and in this case it is. And that's why I take it so serious. That's why when I present music to people, whether I'm rapping, recording songs, or making beats, production, whatever you want to phrase it or call it, I've always had those doubts where I can say, man, I don't know if it's good, and I don't know if I want to share it. But then I'll pick certain people and I'll let them hear it, and I would get feedback in some cases that I didn't want to hear. I would get feedback and it would sound like this: oh, it's cool, but you need to have somebody singing on it, put somebody on the hook. I would have did this, and I would have flipped it like this, and put the bridge right here, and do it like this. So all these things that I'm hearing it almost sounds like I'm not good enough. It sounds like I'm not good enough. It sounds like it's incomplete. It sounds like something's missing. It sounds like you need something else on it to make it what it is. It's hurtful sometimes when you put your all into music and your craft and what you do, and you don't hear what you want to hear, and you go back to the drawing board and be like, nah, I gotta go back in the lab. I gotta create more. I gotta do better. I gotta study some more. I gotta keep writing, or I gotta keep going back to the beats. I gotta get more sounds. I gotta do all these things to make it better, and then show back up and say, here, listen to this, only to get put down again. Now, these are thoughts that's going on in my mind. Never mind what everybody else is saying. I do hear a lot of good, but ultimately what I hear is it's not good enough. I'm looking for validation. I'm looking for something that doesn't exist in other people's mind, because I had it the whole time. I had to believe in myself the whole time. I had to know that I was good at what I do. And all the time and the hours and all the work that I put into it, it has to mean something. And when I hear something that I don't want to hear from, whether it's a complete stranger or somebody that I really trust and really want good feedback from, and I expect to hear good feedback from, and I don't hear what I want to hear, my expectations go from this to this, and I say, well, damn, that's why I don't mess with you in the first place, or that's why I don't like nobody hearing my music, and that's why I'm so to myself and I don't share with a lot of people, only because of the disappointment that I hear from time to time, if not quite often, but it's all in the mind. I'm my biggest critic, and it put me in the space of wasted time. Why am I doing this? Why am I continue to doing this? Why am I continue to do this music and post these videos and put this stuff out here if it don't mean nothing to nobody? If you're not gonna take the time to listen to it the way that I listen to it, really analyze it the way that I do, really take it for what it is and say to yourself, man, this is really good music. Because I know it is. It's not gonna appeal to everybody, but I know it's gonna appeal to somebody because it's music. It's a reflection of me. It's my reflection on life. It's my perspective on things, but just in a creative way. So it has to make sense at a certain point of time, because that's how the universe works. It may not be right now, but it's gonna find its way to somebody or something or somewhere at some point. And when it makes sense, it's gonna create those moments where you say to yourself, wow, this is refreshing. Who is this person? Where have you been? Where can we hear more? And I'm ultimately comparing myself to other people's success and what I think success is, and comparing it to my own and saying that this ain't it. But I can also say that all the work that I put in is unmatched, because I'm one of one. I'm one of them ones, and I'm also one of these type of people that can really justify why I'm saying what I'm saying, and the proof is gonna be right in front of you. It don't have to be about how many streams you got or how many albums you sold or how much money you made. It's the person, it's the intellect, it's the character, it's the person behind the music, it's the feeling you get when you listen to it, it's everything that presents itself in those moments. You had to be there to hear it. You had to be there to witness it, to see greatness in front of you. As humble as I am, I'm also confident, and I'm in a beautiful space right now. When I finally found my pocket, and I'm finally in a zone where it's like, yo, yeah, I'm one of them. And I'm proud to say that. And I'm thankful for everything that I've been through. And it's not always a struggle. It's positives in that as well. It's also things that are meant to happen to me specifically, so that I can present the message to you, and you can hear my pain and struggle, but you can also hear the glorious occasions that go along with it, and my living testimony to present it to everyone. And you can sit back and listen to the recordings and listen to these interviews and listen to the way I speak and listen to everything that I present, and to say, wow, this guy's different. because I know I am. I know I'm not going to be everybody's favorite or the fan favorite. Not everybody's going to like me. And I wasn't always okay with that, but now I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being different. I'm okay with being the outcast. I'm okay with being the one that not everybody understands, even though I want people to understand me. So much so that when I speak and when I tell my story and when I do things like this, it's received from the masses, and it's received in such a way where it's a victory. But that's not always going to be the case. Some people are going to hate the fact that I'm doing this. Some people are going to love the fact that I'm doing this. Some people are really going to disregard this message and skip to the next video and watch some BS. Some people are going to watch this to the very end and be like, yo, I'm so glad I watched this video to the end because I've gained so much knowledge, wisdom, and you drop so many jewels that there's so many to pick up, but it's no rush because it's always going to be there, and you know it's going to be more in store, and you know that I have way more to offer than what I'm doing right now, and I'm not a stingy person, and it's so much information, it can be so overwhelming that you just can't get everything in one take. So to sum this all up, I was always looking for validation in certain places, not realizing that I had it the whole time. I had it the whole time. But I just didn't believe in myself until now. And here I am. Hip Hop Heavy, the movement, the one and only, one of one, the real. This is my life. And as long as I'm here to breathe and live and to see the next day, this is my story.